Hi, I'm Joy, and welcome to the Side Chef Studio Kitchen. And Chag Sameach! Today we're making a Rosh Hashanah dinner, sheet pan pistachio salmon with apple honey salad. That's filled with delicious flavors, Jewish symbolism, and reminiscent of food that my family made. I made this recipe to be a complete meal so that you can enjoy it with your family and friends to ring in the new year. Let's get started. Today we're using true baby carrots, as in not fully grown carrots, sometimes called mini carrots. So I'm not gonna do anything to them, but if you are using a full grown carrot, then you should chop it up a bit. I'm gonna peel our sweet potato. We'll chop it up into 1-inch pieces. For the thicker bits in the middle, you can chop them in half, just so we have equal pieces. I like to mince my garlic last because it can get a little bit sticky and it leaves a scent on the board. We're going to roughly chop half of our pistachios. And then for the other bit, we're gonna run them in a food processor. I really like to have different textures in our coating because the chunkier pieces will get a really nice cook and a good texture on the fish, whereas the powdered nuts will coat it like flour. With the other half of the pistachios, we're gonna powder them in the food processor. Perfect, so this will act as our flour coating for the salmon. So we're just gonna combine them together in a wide tray. You can also do this in a bowl. When most people think about Rosh Hashanah, they think about honey. So this is the base for our vegetables and for our salmon. So we have lemon juice. Of course, we have honey. Now I'm just gonna mix this together so that the honey dissolves into the lemon juice. We're gonna divide this mixture into 2 large bowls. With half of the lemon honey mixture, we're now gonna make the base for our salmon. So I'm gonna add in mustard, and then I'm gonna add in garlic. I'm not marinating my salmon because I want it to have a fresh, clean salmon flavor. Obviously, you can marinate forever. It will just get more flavorful. Marinate forever. With the other half of our lemon juice honey mixture, we're gonna coat our vegetables. So I'm gonna do sweet potatoes, whoa. Then I'll do our baby carrots, apricots. And then I'm just gonna stir this a bit so everybody gets some lemon juice and honey. So I'm using sweet potatoes, carrots, and apricots today because they remind me of a dish my dad would always make for Rosh Hashanah, which is an Ashkenazi Jewish dish called Tbsp. It's root vegetables roasted and then mashed. I'm updating it a little bit with our sheet pan. We're just roasting them. We're still getting all the delicious flavors, but it's a little bit less work. I like to add in the brown sugar last, just so it doesn't get stuck in the bottom of the bowl and it can really coat all the vegetables. Now we're gonna prepare our salmon. So 1 fillet at a time, coat it in the lemon mustard mixture. So you just want it to sit in the mixture so that it gets wet all over. Now that our salmon has its first coating, we're gonna drop it in our pistachio mixture and then we'll crust it up. So you're just gonna wanna push the pistachios into the salmon so that we get nuts all over. For Rosh Hashanah, there's lots of symbolism in the meal. People often eat fish because they like to be a head and not a tail, so you'll be a leader in the coming year. Another cool thing about this dish is that you can get a lot of people involved in the prep. I know my mom always used to look for little jobs that I could do when I was a kid, and shelling pistachios is definitely a great kid job in the kitchen. The salmon is all ready, and now we can move on to the vegetables. So I'm just gonna put all the vegetables on the bottom of the tray. Now that our tray is ready with the vegetables, you want to gently place all the salmon on top. Perfect. The last step for our tray is just to season with salt and pepper. So we're just gonna go over everybody. The sheet pan is ready and we're gonna bake it for 15 to 20 minutes. While that's cooking, we'll start on our salad. We're using apples in our salad, of course, because they're the main symbol of Rosh Hashanah. Anything round is used to symbolize the circle of life, so perfect for the new year. So we are gonna thinly slice our apples, so we're gonna start by just cutting it in half, and then we will flip it over and just thinly slice it. Our apples are cut for our salad. We're just gonna add some honey and salt for some extra flavor. Our apples have been honeyed, so now it's time to move on to the dressing. and I learned from Lauren that the best way to do that is in a jar. The base of this salad dressing is pomegranate juice, as they're super symbolic, especially around the high holy days. Then of course we have to have our honey. Then we have a little bit of mustard. Then we have some apple cider vinegar. And lastly, some olive oil. Now we put the lid on our jar and we shake it up. So we're just gonna taste it. I think it just needs a little bit of salt. Now it's time to assemble our salad. So I'm just gonna add our salad greens into the bowl with our apples. If your apples are giving off a lot of liquid, feel free to drain that off. So now I'm just gonna toss these two together so everybody is integrated and evenly spread out. Now it's time to dress our salad, so just give your salad dressing one more shake and then we'll add it to the bowl. And then you have some to serve later. So today we're garnishing with feta cheese, but feel free to garnish with whatever you like. You can do more pomegranates, do pomegranate seeds. You can do something crunchy like nuts or pumpkin seeds. It's totally up to you. So it's been 15 minutes and the fish is ready. So I'm just gonna take it off of the tray and put it in another tray. Oh, it smells so good. So we're gonna put them in the oven for another 10 minutes. It's almost time for dinner, so I'm gonna go get changed. It's time for dinner. Now that everything's ready, it's time to plate. So we're gonna start with our salmon. Just pop it on the plate. Perfect. So we're just gonna serve up our vegetables. Just make sure you give everyone a little bit of everything. And last, we have our salad. Beautiful. Now that I'm dressed and dinner is ready, it's time to celebrate. This is the perfect meal to ring in the new year with your family and friends. Cheers to a sweet new year. Shanah Tovah.